Hi, Kiwi. All right, we're jumping right in.
Make this count.
We're gonna be running the twin blades, or I forget what they're called, but
You, Kronos.
all right, we're starting with the Poseidon boon. Okay.
As you embark on your fateful voyage yet again, my niece, I have something for you. The newfangled boons we offer haven't always swept you off your feet, but we have older, sometimes stronger blessings too.
You have my attention. Okay.
Divination of the elements. I see it now.
Okay, let's see. You can now see the essence of Olympian boons. The essences include earth, water, air, and fire, and perhaps more. While these have no innate benefit, Olympians will sometimes offer powerful infusion boons that grow stronger with your elemental essences. So all of these are water elementals, okay. Gain money, HP, and sometimes ash and grasp. So it doesn't say... Okay, it's just I get it right now. Minor fines and obols are worth more, or they're gold crowns now, not obols. And hydraulic might, at the start of each encounter, your attacks and specials are stronger for 10 seconds, but it makes me do double damage. That's pretty substantial. It'll fall off really hard in the later game. I think... It's gonna be one of these two. I think... 90 gold... I'm thinking way too much about this. Let's just take this. So, effectively, I have gotten a... As cool as it is that we have the elemental essences now, I will comment on the fact that it's effectively useless in the short term. Because I did not get a boon that gives me any sort of, like, increased power.
All of the near endless pathways and suffocating Erebus lead to dead ends. And very scarce are those who can navigate them.
But it's fine.
Took only my entire life to figure out.
We'll make whatever we got work.
You'll regret this.
I guess maybe it would have been better if I had just taken the resource increase, but maybe I guess I just wasn't feeling it. Maybe this does more damage than I thought it did. It does more damage than the projectile on the last weapon I used. Granted, it doesn't fire nearly as fast, but it's fine. Oh, perfect, silver. We need to stack that up as much as possible. If we want the final weapon that we haven't unlocked yet, we'll definitely need the silver. Gold or magic? I think I'm gonna go for gold here. The magic cost on my Omega Strikes in this build is really low, honestly. So I suspect I can get away with a lower max mana bar as long as I have reasonable sustain with a regeneration passive. Which, if you look at the left bar, at the left side of the screen where it lists all the boons that I have, or rather the boons that I don't have yet, same as in Hades 1, those are kind of my core abilities, so dash, basic attack, special, cast. And then in the bottom, I think that's the mana regen spot. So in theory, I can now... that mana regen seems to be considered a core boon, like a primary boon.
Lord Charon will want this.
Alright, we've got plenty of money now, so we should be able to buy something before at the shop. And I think we're still aiming to get ashes right now rather than grasp. I don't know if I have enough to max out. Oh, you're a scary thing. Let's take you out quick. They're less scary when they don't have armor, I guess. Well, everything in this game is less scary when they don't have armor, I suppose. Armor just makes it so you can't stagger lock them, and that makes it a lot harder to deal with, typically. It's nice that this weapon has a projectile option, I will say. I'm really excited to see what the new aspects are, but we have to unlock all the weapons first, I presume. That's how it was in the first game. Another Poseidon or an HP up. I think we take HP up for now. I was kind of hoping for some Aphrodite boons, because this weapon scales extremely well with her boons. I think this is probably overall going to be the strongest weapon, especially if you combo it up with Aphrodite's things. Granted, we still haven't seen two of the weapons. Or is it one of the... There's a weapon we can unlock, but I believe there's another one that's available. Oh, right. Demeter. Alright, well, it looks like we're probably not going to get Aphro on this build, so I'll just see what I can get away with.
Shadow Spiller's back.
Where are your friends? Let's take out your friends first. Because your friends are very annoying. There's another one over here like usual. I'm stuck in a wall. But I feel like, if I recall, there was a Daedalus hammer that made you do more damage on back attack, and it looks like you can pretty reliably get a back attack on this guy. Or, not on this guy, but on this weapon, if you use your special. What happens if I do a point blank? Oop, right. Forgot that charges up fast. Alright, point blank is 125, so slightly more than...
It's no use.
I'm out of mana, and I don't have a way to regenerate, so we're gonna just have to... You know what, I think I'll play it safe and just do this. Can I get away with this? Am I actually hurting it? See, nope, I'm still within range. Darn, it has a really long range. That's fine, though. I mostly see its pattern, or its attacks are telegraphed well enough that if I'm paying attention, I should be able to dodge it. I definitely took more damage than I need to. I think I took like 16 damage, maybe.
Apollo gathered us and announced that his twin sister, whilst out hunting for our enemies, stumbled upon a long-lost relative with the Witch of the Crossroads. Why, I was overjoyed and furious at once.
Let's see. Attacks deal more damage and inflict freeze. Cast repeatedly, deal damage in an area, and then inflict freeze. After remaining inactive, that seems 35 mana for staying still for 1 second. I think we can make that work pretty well. We'll take that for now.
Such deep, impenetrable gloom surrounds the underworld princess that not even her infernal eye can easily discern what horrors lie therein.
If I can't see into the shadows, I'll cut through.
Okay. So, I'm still hoping for the Aphrodite boon if I can get it. But at the very least, now I have a really good way of sustaining my mana. I guess the other thing I could do is go the special build. I don't see a special build being really good unless you get the hammers for it. But there were some hammers that looked really strong for the special build. On its own, though, it's definitely underwhelming, to say the least. I have to remember that I can sprint. Let's see, how quick is this? Yeah, that's so fast. And that feels very easy to pull off, unless you're in a room full of enemies that chase you down very quickly. But I think the main thing I have to just recognize is... If I use this to get in, do my damage and dash out, I have a pretty reliable way of getting through these fights without taking damage, potentially. I didn't use that nearly enough on the last run, especially because I took the hammer that made it so you can just attack continuously. But as a consequence, you can't even use your X special anymore. I think I really threw that run by giving up the X special, and now I understand it. I realized its power pretty early on, but now I really appreciate it. The Palm of Power is effectively useless for me at this point because I have nothing that benefits me to upgrade. So we're going to go shop and hope for an HP upgrade and a new boon. Hestia. Hestia we could make work if I apply, because I'll apply Scorch really fast with my basic attacks.
I met one of your brothers, Lord Charon. It was Moros. He delivered to me a certain artifact, but then was gone. Do you know of the fated list?
Oh.
It's been in my family's care before. So, what of Moros? Where could he have gone in all of this?
The hunt for Moros continues. Alright, so we'll
Perhaps I
take...
can locate him again.
We'll definitely take the HP up here, and the boon for sure.
My blessed made it all that way on just a rickety old wooden ferry boat. Must be a litany of fire safety hazards there, although plenty of water near with which to put them out.
I don't know if it's that simple. Specials inflict Scorch with 25 damage. Attacks inflict 20 damage Scorch. Your special launches a fiery projectile, but also uses magic. I'm enticed to take this. Because I can apply 5 stacks of Scorch if I charge it up, I bet. Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
That's hot.
Because it's got a really high base damage. Nectar or Ash? I could use more Nectar, but I think let's go for the immediate benefit of... Oh.
That you, Arachne?
Right, I remember how this room works now. Okay, fair enough. So in theory, if I hit her... Yeah, okay, so if I land multiple hits, you get Scorched multiple times. think. I'm not 100% sure. No, it must be. That damage is adding up very quickly. That's cool. Okay. Alright, I remember how this room works now. You just have to break open the cocoons and see what spooky things live inside. But yeah, it looks like a close-range special attack will do a fair bit of scorch damage.
Couldn't do it.
I'm out of mana. Definitely could use some more magic, but I mean, it's very easy to just do this right now. So I think it's fairly sustainable, but I guess this build uses mana faster than I initially appreciated. Not sure why I'm not locking on there. Okay, there we go. The scorch damage will be useful for just dealing damage from a distance, too. Because that scorch damage definitely adds up. It's a damage over time effect. And it can only tick down so fast, but even then... Like... Let's see... It feels like it does a lot of damage, but maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Did I do it? Yeah, I did it. Okay, I can leave now. Alright, magic up or palm up? I mean, the extra scorch damage from the palm would be pretty solid. But I think we've already established that more than anything I need more magic right now, so that's what I'm going for. Yeah, if I can reliably sustain myself,
That's one of Lord Charon's wells.
I should be able to very quickly dispatch enemies, especially if I get a good attack boon. I'm still lacking a good attack boon. I bet the Zeus boon would be pretty strong on my basic attack too, because it would be more easily triggered. Like, it was rough with the previous weapon because I had to maintain so many attacks on one target just to pop it, whereas this I do, like, I dash out, I charge up another Omega Strike, and then I can pop it from a distance, or I can just use a Y cast. My Y should be able to do enough as well. Let's go ahead and just regen mana real quick. And it's as simple as standing still for a second, which is kind of lame, but we can make it work. Kick you guys out. Oh, they dashed away. I wasn't expecting them to dash away like that. Figured they'd target me. But yeah, oh dear. They hit me more than I expected them to. The slowdown stopped at the last second, unfortunate. Alright, I've taken far more damage in this room than I deserved to. It is what it is. We'll just let them burn at the end there.
Soul tonic.
Alright, there's my magic up. Let's see what we can buy from the Well of Charon.
What do we have in here?
Gain 25 HP now without restoring HP. That's an HP up, but I can't afford it. Your next Well of Charon item duration will expire after 2 guardians, which means it would last for 2 whole floors. That's pretty good. Or gain 11 grass or psych. Honestly, since I can't afford the Centaur Soul, that's more for the long game, but I think it's worth it. Granted, I could have probably bought something before the boss fight, but it's fine. Arachne will definitely help, though. I've said, though, like 3 times in this one thought.
Welcome back.
Thank you. All right.
You've been so busy, Arachne. Not just all these dresses, but all Erebus is teeming with silken cocoons. You're certain it's all right for me to break them?
Of course, you big silly. What, do you suppose they're teeming with my countless brood? By the time you see a cocoon, anything in there is either for you or was out to get you. Now here.
Alright. Restore 2 HP whenever you exit a location. Gain 5 gold whenever you exit a location. Or channel 40% faster. I think I'm going to take this because I took a lot of damage. And I need something to sustain myself. The value of this dress wears off very quickly. But in the short term, it's very necessary. And realistically speaking, the other dresses aren't going to... None of these dresses are going to last long enough for them to be terribly relevant for too long. Alright, let's see what hammer upgrade we get. Your special deals 40% damage, and your Omega special fires up to 16 shots around you. Hold attack. Nope, don't want that. The last strike in your attack sequence is 300% deals 300% damage in a larger area. None of these are the move I wanted. I almost feel inclined to take this and just go for a special build for shits and giggles. Since I'm not getting the Aphrodite boon that I want anyway. Let's do it. It's probably a mistake, but let's do it.
Malinois. A flash of silver. Limb and Oros. So, the sister blades have veiled themselves, do you? The other nocturnal arms shall follow their lead, I expect.
I think you've said this already, Hecate, but also realizing that I've been calling them the twin blades instead of the sister blades.
Entrusted them to you to safeguard the realm as a last resort. But this cannot possibly be how they were meant to be used.
And why ever not? To safeguard the realm, you shall have to clear a wide variety of obstacles standing in your way. I am but one.
Alright, so I think the plan is toss this at her a couple times and then charge this up. So that I can do that. Get some attacks in and then dash out. That felt fairly fancy. Yeah, the scorch damage definitely adds up. If I can find the real one, I can get some damage on her. This is a very effective means of dodging, I have to say. And I bet I could... You could definitely stack up Scorch very easily if you use the basic attack passive of Hestia on this weapon. Oh cool, I picked the right one. Alright, now I just have to get through this awkward phase where she summons friends. Her friends have barely any HP though, so they're very easy to deal with, and I can just teleport to them like so. Alright, phase 1. I think we've gotten the basics of Hecate down pretty well. She's not a terribly difficult boss on the... When you're learning the game, yeah, she's difficult, but she becomes definitely no more difficult than Meg. I think what I'll do is do that. Get a cheeky hit or two in. And get a back attack. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. Which one of you is real? It'd be cool if I could aim. I guess I was too far away to know. Oh. Whoop, 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 whoop. So the one downside of this weapon is when you do the triple attack, or like the third hit, it locks you into an animation. So I have to be careful about meleeing if I'm not ready for it. Although, frankly, the Scorch damage on my special damage and the Scorch do so much. Alright, let's see what happens if I do this close range. Whee! I feel like that's better for trash mobs than for bosses. And bosses, I actually think it might be a damage down. Because before, all of the attacks were concentrated into a small area. This might be a mistake. Yeah, it was. I got hit.
3 against 1.
This is fine. That was less fine, but we made it out. Alright, I know I've been commenting on her being manageable and easy, but maybe I should be a little less cocky when I'm taking so much damage. But hey, look at that. That's our first time dodging that move entirely. Cool. So this feels like a good time to use this Omega cast. Let's go ahead and do... Oh, wait, I don't have the magic. Darn, that's unfortunate. Alright, it's fine. Here, I'm gonna just try and stand still for a second to get some mana back. Cool. That was a pretty decent amount of mana back. And I wasted it just like that. Alright, this is a free pattern for some damage, so I'm just gonna stack up Scorch damage on her. Because she'll keep cooking even while this is... Whoop! She'll keep cooking while I evade. Definitely feels like this is the less efficient option, but... Play lane one game again, maybe? I don't know. The Scorch damage effectively equates to a 50% damage increase. Because it does like 25 damage and my basic attacks deal 42, so it's even more than...
At the crossroads anon. I shall be catching there my breath. Return to Shadow now.
She trained relentlessly for this.
Thanks, Homer. Your contributions are important too. Alright, so a pretty slow floor one. This build feels has a degree of aimlessness to it, I will say. Oh, no Chronos this time. All right.
Something there.
What have we got? Oh, excellent. More silver. Do I get to see what I'm up to? Okay, I'm up to 9 now. So we only need 2 more rocks like that, and we'll be able to get the new weapon. Hopefully we can get that this episode. That'll be exciting to try out. Any Eris? Nope. That means she's on the 3rd floor.
The world plunges deeper than the deepest sea. Yet there are such places where the edge of one and the other meet.
One dark abyss next to another.
Unfortunately, that means Eris is going to be on the 3rd floor.
The terrors lurk within the sea.
She's going to be on the 3rd floor, and she's going to make the final boss so much more difficult.
For my father.
Right, let's see what happens if I do this. Feels fancy. In practicality, probably not good. I believe there was a Daedalus hammer that makes your knife attack bounce. If we get that, that's what's going to make our build really come online. But the question is, will we find that second hammer? We're lucky if we find one sometimes, it feels. But if the knives start bouncing, their damage potential will go off the charts really quickly, I imagine. Or I could be entirely wrong, and I'll be inherently disappointed for something that I made some huge assumptions about without knowing better. Alright.
Vengeance.
At the very least, we'll be able to afford another HP upgrade. Ooh, okay. HP or Hestia? This one's a trickier decision to make, I think. I want the damage. Hopefully we get something that makes us stack Scorch more, or... Like, if I get it on my basic attack, I'll consider it, but it's really not the boon I want. The real question is my damage from the special now, or my DPS rather, is my DPS from the special faster than my basic attack now at this point? The Scorch damage, you can see there's a number ticking up at their feet. I think that's how much damage I have pooled on them, and then it adds up. Yeah, what I really need is another hammer to really set this build online. That and maybe the Hestia that makes you do an extra attack when you do your special. The one that makes it shoot an additional projectile. That might be worth at least testing out. I have no idea if it's actually good. I think I took it once on the last run, but it was so close to the end of the run that I didn't really get to appreciate how it works. Well, I think ultimately it's RNG what we pick. Well, it's RNG what we're offered, and then that RNG will have a major deciding factor on what I pick, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, Hestia, show us what you got.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, so... Don't want that. What I've got is fine. Sprint destroys ranged attacks, cast repeatedly, inflicts Scorch. I think I take the sprint, because being able to destroy ranged projectiles is pretty fantastic. Oh, look at me! My head goes on fire when I use this move. Right, where is the exit? Over here. Okay. So it's only the shop that I have access to now. Do I want to fight? Let's see what my options are. I might take a guaranteed boon over RNG shop. Yeah, so I think this is where the build really falls off, is with large swaths of enemies all in one area. It's fine though. These guys aren't threatening as long as if I keep my distance, they're really not a threat. Alright. So that gives me Grasp, or Psych is what it's called, and then this one... you know what? Oh no, that's a lot of things all at once. Alright, let's see if I can just charge this up really quick. Okay, that ought to help. These guys I discovered are very easily dealt with by my cast. As long as I charge it up, they just enter the field and then they get popped. Alright. So the shop is the best option still. Alright, fair enough. What have we got here?
Might protect you, my
Ooh,
lord.
more armor. I think that's worth it because it's not permanent HP, but it's still 40 HP in the short term, and they're selling A. I think we need the Hex, because if I can get the HP Hex again, that was very, very useful. Alright, attack hits, flows. No, that doesn't seem good. Cast immediately detonates, dealing damage. Double up. I think we're just going to take these. None of these are impressive to me. Alright, yeah, let's take this. And as much as I'd like the other another Hestia boon, I do think we have to take... Because where else are we going to get the Hex from? The Hex is kind of a big deal. Here, we'll drop that, and then just spam this to break your shield. That's a lot of things. That would be spooky if they weren't not spooky, actually. They're really not. These guys are pretty easy to kite, so they're fairly easy to deal with. And their range is honestly terrible. They can't do much from a distance. That should do some damage to them. Took forever to fire off. So that's fine. This should do some damage. Nah. That special attack upgrade does not impress. Maybe I should have just taken the X attack that makes me deal more damage on the final hit of my combo in a larger AoE. In hindsight, that was probably the better move, but it's fine. We're still like sitting fairly pretty on this run.
Moonlight, I call upon the moon and draw you down.
We have heard nothing from fleet-footed Hermes since he told us of our enemy's advance. Thus we strike, yet hold to faith that some night hence he shall return to us with news about what else the Titan Kronos has in store.
Alright, Hex blasts a large target blast the target area for 1,000 damage after 4 seconds, so kind of like a bomb. Hex launches a seeking projectile that inflicts morph. Your Hex makes everything else move 80% slower for 5 seconds. That could be decent too. I have to think about the mana cost though, because it'll be hard to use these reliably. I think I'll just take this. It'll give me a degree of survivability. Useful against Cerberus, for example. Oh, cool! I can get another chance at Hestia. It feels like none of the hexes have like really stood out to me yet, which is why I'm trying to take different ones and get a sense of them. Okay. Oh, that's cool. It slows down the music too. Okay. I appreciate that they let you test it out before you go to your next room.
You're in my way.
Alright. This is one room where I should be able to AoE these guys down using this special charge. Or the charge special. At least in theory. They're kind of spread out. Alright, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And this should be 4 in a second. I have to remember that my dash should give me a decent degree of protection. I'm going to charge up mana while I can. Now that we're back up to full. I'll just stack up. Yeah, I'll stack up my scorch damage. I feel like that's most of my damage right now. This is going to be a really rough build in the later floors. I'm not going to be able to use it reliably at all, I think. Oh well, hindsight and all that goodness. I do appreciate that I can completely deny this guy's existence by the dash passive I got. Like, it's nice of you to have the thought that you could use your projectiles. Alright, it was a cute thought. Yeah, I need a good basic attack boon, and I would love it to be Aphrodite, but something tells me she's not showing up this run. And there we go. Okay. What you got for us, Hestia? Your cast repeatedly casts Scorch on foes. Gain... Tranquil Gain. I forget what Tranquil Gain is. Is there a way to see? Tranquil Gain. Oh, it's my mana regen option. No, I don't think that's worth it. The 60 more magic and HP is huge. I have to think about this very carefully. Your special inflicts Scorch if foes are unafflicted. Nah. That's a pretty strong scorch damage, though, but it only works once, so not really great. Your cast repeatedly inflicts scorch. This could be really strong if the cast sits for a while, because then I can bail out and just let damage tick down on enemies. So it's going to be one of these two. A significant boost to survivability and magic, but a loss to sustainability. I mean, there's always the possibility I get the boon back, so I think I'm going to go with this.
Fired up.
Oh my.
That may have been a mistake, but I have no way of knowing until it's too late. And it's already too late. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. Let's go ahead and just place that on the ground. Yeah, whoa, my goodness. I'll just toss. Yeah, this is, now I'm feeling like, maybe I should have taken the cast boon in hindsight. That was probably the right call, but it's fine. We are very tanky right now. I will say we are very tanky right now between our armor and the HP gain that we have gotten. So, I don't know. We'll only time will tell when we... I'll keep going for Ash. Only time will tell whether this was the right choice, and maybe... I don't know. I think survivability early on is very valuable in this game, but it is hard to know when you're being too defensive, because it also depends on what boons you're going to get in the future, whether it was worth taking those options, I suppose. I'm having trouble properly verbalizing my thought process, but you know what it means. Like, if you trade too much survivability for not enough damage, damage kills things faster, which means there are fewer opportunities for you to take damage. And oh, hey Artemis. No, this one's mine, Artemis. No, don't steal it. Oh well. Oh, she missed. The legendary hunter missed a shot.
There's her mark.
I guess the real question is, what am I going to... What am I going to take from her today? What is she going to offer? Well, may as well use this. It looks like it slows down Artemis too. Yeah, it definitely does. I'm out of magic.
Right now.
Let's go ahead and just recharge for a second. It's fine. It feels like I want that Hestia cast. Oh my goodness, I'm realizing I just traded it away. What am I doing? I'm wasting my time because I don't... Okay. I am feeling the loss more potently than I expected to. It was a mistake to trade away my mana regen when I'm depending on Omega Streaks so much. This is fine though. We're almost done. Now the real question is, do I lose out on Artemis boons if I don't kill things fast enough?
Fancy running into
There
you
she is.
again.
You're in top form.
Salute.
Death to Kronos.
Stay safe, sister. Fine mess we made. Not many hiding places here compared to Erebus. Might be the end of the line for me. I'm a huntress, not a fisher.
Have you ever tried shooting your bow into the water?
Fishing is a form of hunting, isn't it? Anyway, I appreciate the backup and understand if you're now at the limit of your range. Olympus probably expects you back.
They'll want to hear from me about the situation and about you too. You know they still take me and Hermes for their spies. Although we do tell them a lot.
Alright, after you dash, your Omega moves deal more damage for 2 seconds. Those with at least 80% armor and 80% HP take crit. A piercing arrow fires towards any foe damaged by your Omega cast. It only does 20 damage though, so that doesn't sound amazing. This would be really good with the build that I wanted to run, where I charge this up and then dash after I land it. So I can go shop, HP, or more magic. I'm gonna go shop, because I have the chance of getting a god boon that might give me restoration. It's gonna be Hestia. She's gonna give me the mana regen.
In the name of Hades.
This is gonna be unideal. Ooh.
I sense the elemental essences here now.
Ooh, what's this? Okay, so cast. This is a really good cast boon. Your attacks and special gain power for each Hestia boon, each fire boon. So power per fire boon. So I do 2 more damage per fire themed boon. So that's just a flat damage steroid. But alternatively, I think I really need this cast. This sounds like it has the potential for being really strong, so I would gain 6 base damage on all attacks. I don't think that adds up to enough to really warrant me taking it just yet. But this also would stack up really fast if I could get a combo off with my basic attack. I think for now, I'm going to do the cast.
Flame of the hearth.
That may be the wrong choice, and I openly acknowledge it. It's too early in this game for me to really understand what are the most appropriate choices for each moment.
How did you like our latest song, lady? Be honest, there's no right or wrong answer, okay? We thrive on feedback from our fans.
There are definitely wrong answers for you, Skilla. I think you've made that clear. And I would say I liked Coral Crown a little bit better, unfortunately.
If you seek feedback from your fans, ask them. As for me, I felt the chorus was catchy enough, but the lyrics and their disturbing themes were rather distracting.
Disturbing? Distracting? Compelling! That's what good music is. That's what Skilla and the Sirens are. As for our song, you'll understand it better if you give it another listen.
Sounds good to me.
And here we go!
Alright, we just got a whole lot of damage off on the drummer. Yeah, I think the Omega cast will... Wait, no, this isn't the new song. You lied. The drummer has taken so much scorch damage. Look at the number ticking beneath her. I just run away and she's dead now. So I guess I can focus on... Well, I dodged the wrong way. I lost all of my shield there. So yeah, the cast was a really good idea for just, like, drop and forget while I focus on evading. The drummer is probably almost dead at this point. I just need to make sure that I can get my... Oh, I still don't have a way of regenerating mana. This is a problem. Oh, this is actually really bad. I didn't plan accordingly for this. All right, I'm gonna save the rest of my mana for DPSing the drummer specifically, and I'll just try and get as much damage on this kid as I can. Kid? Yeah, it's fine. I mean, Skill is just gonna let me wail on her friend for free. I may as well. But yeah, I need to get a way of regenerating magic as soon as possible. Final cruise down, down. it's a pretty good. I do really quite like this song, and I think I've made it clear in the past that diegetic music is just like an absolute weak point for me. I love when the context of a game affects the other parts of it. In this case, most commonly the audio. All right. This is kind of lame. I mean, she's just gonna let me wail on her for free and burn her. We're cooking some shellfish, I guess. All right. Whoa. Oh, there goes my armor. But this is fine. I just need to get as much damage up on her as I can. Ideally, Skilla gets cooked as well. Yeah, as long as they keep standing in my cast, I can get some pretty good damage. You know what? I'll save this Hex for when I'm fighting. Oh man, I am out of mana now. This is not good. The drummer should be almost dead. If I can take out the drummer, the rest of the boss fight becomes a lot more manageable when the drummer is dead. Roxy's her name. I should remember that. She should not have too much HP left. But I think all of my scorch has ticked down on her, so now I need to really just try and DPS her where I can. She really must be she's gotta be close. The other two should not have too much HP left. Just try and get as much damage here as I can. Wow, she has way more... I guess maybe because she's the featured artist? I suspect the featured artist is decided upon by whoever took the most damage. Alright, we'll get some damage on Skilla because she's just going to face tank anyway. I thought I could get out of that. I was holding my sprint rather than pressing dodge again. Alright, that's one. Not having any form of mana regen is pretty rough. Like, if I had the Demeter passive still, I would be fine. I absolutely want to save my Hex for the final phase, because dealing with all her fish without a Omega cast is going to be rough otherwise. Alright. I guess I'll just try and get some damage on Scylla. Jetty will come to me. Alright, well, she did not have much left. I saw that coming and I still didn't dodge it. Not much I can do to defend myself on that front. I have to say, her supports have, or I'll call them the supports, the Sirens, have way more HP than I thought they did. But there cannot be much left here. There we go. Alright. Alright. Get as much damage off as I can here. Oh, excellent. Okay, you know what? I should have tested this before. My cast still does the Scorch. That is such a good cast. That cast is incredibly strong, as it turns out. Because the Scorch damage doesn't come out quickly, but if you just drop your cast and then focus on evading, there's really not much the enemies can do to you. It's definitely... This is the Sonic and Smash gameplay that no one enjoys. Except, I guess he still has to hit you to win, to some degree. Alright, so not the cleanest skill in the Sirens, I will say. But I think we have gotten ourselves a huge boon in the form of our cast. That should give us a very good defensive option against Cerberus. Alright. What have we got now?
Collected works of sailor slaying Scylla and her sirens lie conspicuously scattered here, imparting vengeance on the sensibility of those who dare to take a closer look.
You're such a mess, that little dress. Oh, gods.
Oh no, Melanoe is starting to sing the lyrics. That's a problem.
All this sorrow.
The Fields of Mourning. So, let's just head straight for the exit, which should be... Oh, why? Why do you have to make it more difficult?
Anyway, huh? Chrono started bashing on Olympus again, sure. But it's not like you have to go after him now, do you?
I have to say, the designers, or the character designers in this game really like would these be called micro-skirts? I mean, they barely cover anything.
Believe me, I'd much rather stay and chit-chat with you than sully my hands in Titan blood. But you have a choice, Eris. You can help me finish this rather than hinder me.
You know, babe, when you're right, you're right. You've given me a lot to chew on. Now you chew on this.
Thanks, Eris.
Oopsie.
I don't appreciate this, Eris.
Oh, excellent. A palm upgrade, and more importantly, a Daedalus hammer. That's what we want to see. Nothing else over here, right? Yep, alright. To the hammer. We'll get that first, because that'll be a huge upgrade to our damage potential, potentially.
Path of golden petals shall guide you.
No
Be able
guarantees.
to revive that bow.
Oh yeah, I can do that now. There's the hammer, too. Alright, what happens? Oh, okay, that's huge. It shows us where everything is. Okay. Now, did that cost anything is the question. Ugh, this is an icky situation. I learned in my last playthrough that we need to take care of these guys ASAP. Okay, also confirmed that while I can block most projectiles, while it blocks most projectiles, these lightning bolts that the Gorgon-type enemies cast are not blocked. I'm gonna do this. Drop my cast and hopefully do a bunch of AoE. I think these shadow characters, or the shadow creating enemies, are probably some of the hardest to deal with if you have other things in conjunction with them. They're not exactly fun to contend with. I would love to kill them first, but they just have so many other things that are around them that could cause me issue. At the very least, I can drop the Scorch cast on them and have damage accumulate. But I definitely need a mana regeneration boon before the end of this run. At the very least, though, my cast is doing work. The damage it deals adds up very quickly. Scorch as a whole is kind of weird in how it interacts. It stacks and it keeps stacking infinitely, but it takes time to consume what it stacked up. Alright, I think we got it now. Alright. That was a little bit messy, but we're okay. Alright, please give me something good. Each encounter, your Omega attack gains +5 power for each foe you slay with it. That would have been amazing if I could use it effectively. Your special attack gains 4 power each time it keeps hitting the same foe. The last strike of your attack sequence still's meh. None of these are quite what I want. Ugh, I got really unlucky with my options. I guess it's either, I think it's gotta be this, because I'm not gonna be able to slay things in a boss fight, so it's otherwise useless. Alright. Let's go grab this HP up first. I was like, ooh, what's that? I thought it was a moving coin for a second there. Oh, look at them. They're so cute. Cute things that cook very well. Why did I say that? That's really kind of messed up, isn't it? Alright, let's actually grab this. I'm sure we'll... Oh, hi there. I mean, it may be true, but that doesn't mean I should say it out loud. Is it true, though? Okay, I'm gonna stop thinking about this. Not that I was thinking before, clearly, when I say something like that. Something upsetting like that.
Smackers.
Alright. That should do some good damage. Yeah, I think right now our main business is just evade and cast. Let my cast do as much damage as I can. And stack up Scorch on everything else. This build is definitely not my best build. At least I can slow down time. Did I even use that in the Skilla? I don't think I did. I should have. I may as well just use it here, honestly. We'll definitely benefit from it with Cerberus when he does that last big attack. Or we can definitely make use of it there. Alright, what do we got? Cast repeatedly inflicts Scorch. I think the obvious answer is, I mean, our cast is the bulk of our damage right now. This cast is huge. Oh, nice. Thanks, Poseidon. Special inflicts 30 damage, Scorch. I think we just stack further on casts, honestly. Oh. Alright, so there are some gold crowns up there. So let's grab that first, and then we can check out our exits. Oh, that's a lot of you. Here, have some fun. Get toasted. Yeah, honestly, the cast is so strong.
These golden coins.
I can probably just focus on dodging Cerberus for the most part. So there's Demeter, and there's Poseidon. I can probably stand still long enough in Cerberus to get my mana back, so let's go for this.
A phantom lair.
I don't know what... Oh, it's our new mini-boss. Okay. This seems kind of icky, so I'm gonna do this. Just try and get everything on cooking as fast as possible. Okay, so apparently its suction effect actually does do damage to us. Like, most of the suction attacks in this game have not dealt damage, but this one it does. Which is unideal, because it's kind of hard to evade, honestly. And I think I saw it heal itself there. Oh my goodness. Well, this mini-boss is a problem, it would seem. Alright. We're good. Just gonna try and get as much damage on it now. Can I stagger Lucky? You don't actually have... Nope. Even though it doesn't have armor, you can't stagger it. Gross. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna die to this. I'm actually gonna die to this. It's easy enough to dodge, but... Ugh. It's pretty spooky. I guess I've got its patterns more or less figured out. And now it's just cooking. It'll... Oh, I died.
No.
Like, it's got 700 plus damage cooking on it now. So, it's genuinely it's I just have to time it out at this point, which is kind of lame, but honestly, it is wrecking me. Ugh, I could have played this so much better than I did. Oh, you know what? The health bar shows me how much damage it'll take in Scorch if left to cook. So it still needs more damage. Now it'll die to Scorch. Okay. So I think I'm just going to time it out and focus on dodging, because this thing hurts. I don't care that it's lame. I just want it dead. Please just die. Oof, rough. Genuinely rough enemy. At least learning it the first time. It's not actually that scary, but still. I mean, cool that we got something that benefits our Omega attack, I guess. I don't know. Blocking one instance of damage doesn't... It matters, but it doesn't do a lot in the long run. Because what if I get hit by like a very chip damage sort of thing? I think I'm going to take the 75% damage increase. Because the Omega attack is still strong. It's missing something to really set it apart. Was Narcissus the one we ran into here? Because like this room looks very appealing to me because I really need that mana. I'm going for Narcissus. It's probably a mistake, but oh well. At least I think it was Narcissus.
Someone there.
Yeah, there he is.
I mean you no harm. I mean you no harm. You no harm. No harm. No harm. That makes two of us. What ails you, Shade? Is there something I could do to ease your burden? I could ease your burden. Your burden. Your burden.
Ooh, alright, fight. Gain 50% HP and magic based on their limits, but lose 5% of this after each location. Ooh, that's spooky. Gain 50% dodge chance, but lose 2% of this each time you dodge. Gain a random boon from the previous night. I mean, 50% dodge chance into the next fight, into the boss fight is really good.
I don't know who you are, but thanks.
I'm curious to know. I wonder. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna dodge reflexively just for movement. I'm gonna have to be careful. I really need to save that for Cerberus. All right, what's next? HP. Ooh, Kiwi. This is a tough decision. I think all the boons, though. We need to roll for a mana regen.
Looking for several different points.
Right, so... I feel like I have the least to gain from Poseidon, so I'll save him for last. If I recall, you do a suction move, so... I have to dodge to evade that. Would you leave me be, please? It looks like the cast there slows enemies down, which is good to know. Yeah. I feel like what I need right now is... Oh, okay. Yeah, I think me trying not to dodge is going to kill me faster than me dodging, so I think I just accept that I should have taken the boon. Oh well.
Flourish and reveal my path.
So I think what I'll do is I'll take Hestia first. I'll take Hestia first because I don't want to take her mana regen boon.
Can you see me in there?
I'm taking so much damage, Kiwi. It's like the game tells me not to dodge, and that's like the worst thing I could have been told. And I haven't dodged. I haven't like actually evaded any damage yet, so it feels like that was a trap and a mistake. So yeah, I'm going to accept that there were better options and move on with my life. At the very least, I very much understand that my cast is a huge boon right now, and I should use it effectively.
That was
Alright, Hestia, what have you got for me?
I accept this message.
Rapidly restore... Nope. Scorch effects deal bonus damage to armor. Your special also launches a fiery projectile. I think 100% damage to armor sounds extremely useful here. Like, I melt them now. Alright. I guess I'll take Demeter next. I ran into that. Darn it. Like, genuinely, it's dumb of me to deny myself the ability to dodge for the sake of a passive that I'm not even going to benefit. Like, I have yet to benefit a single time from. I haven't dodged any hits as far as I'm aware. Alright, I'm just going to go for Demeter. And then I just need to stack up as much Scorch damage as I can on these guys. The 200% damage to armored enemies is pretty phenomenal, though. Because I'm burning through their armor so fast. But this build just did not get any of the things it needed to pop off, unfortunately. Now I know, though, Hestia cast for me is probably one of the strongest casts in the game. At least thus far. Look at them just cook. I gotta say, the Mourners and their stupid flailing arms are pretty funny to look at.
Point secured. In the name of Hades.
Well, at least I was invulnerable, because that would have hurt me. Ooh, something new. While you have at least 6 Earth boons, you cannot take more damage per hit than the limit. That's really cool. Except I only have 1. Oh, good. They gave this. This one was this boon at the bottom here, rare crop. Boons become common, then gain rarity every 3 encounters. Was so incredibly strong in the original game, and it used to only affect 2 encounters. Now it affects 3. Wait, oh no, it only affects 1. Okay, so it's still based on the rarity, but not a good point for it. We need this. We need the mana. So I'm just gonna fully regen, because I think I could use as much mana as I could get. Alright, so we're in a really bad spot going into Cerberus, because we don't have very much HP, we have no resurrections, and we still don't really know how to deal with the boss properly. This will be made a little bit easier by the fact that I can range him, but we saw before that his projectile both hurts and goes very fast. Oh, fantastic, a Well of Charon. That might actually help. Oh, thanks, Poseidon. Oh, speaking of which, we forgot you in the corner over there. Alright, so we'll have to remember that there's a... Where are you? There you are. I'll have to remember that there's a Well of Charon over there, because that could be the HP I desperately need.
They won't like this.
I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that. Trying to kite them through the cast so that they start taking the burn damage. Like, all I needed was a special, like my specials to bounce or some sort of better AoE than this. This boon, the boon that makes my Omega Strike do a fan. That kind of ability can be very hit or miss, depending on, well, if it hits or misses for the first point, but also just more specifically, since if it's against an enemy that like it bounce, if it can bounce, that makes it really strong. If it can pierce, that makes it really strong. But our knives get cleared after the first hit on an enemy, so it lacks a lot.
In the name of Hades.
All right, wave strike, flood control, sword of each encounter. I think we'll just take flood control. I don't know if this is just a flat 2 damage reduction for the entire room or just a single hit. But I don't see his base attack scaling well with his weapon, or with this current weapon, so I'm not going to take that. Now the Well of Charon should be somewhere around these parts over here, I think. Okay, it's right by the exit. That's nice of them. I would have missed it otherwise. Alright. After the duration, restore 50% HP. You take 10% less damage. Or your Omega move deal 50% more damage. How am I doing in terms of coin? Unlikely to be able to afford anything in the shop. I'm going to take this.
Should help.
Because that'll help at least mitigate some of the damage that Eris is causing us. Like, I'm taking 50% more damage. That's very frustrating. And I'm going to hope he's selling HP. I haven't really seen the shop sell HP very much, but one can dream. I mean, nighttime is the best time to dream after all.
Lord Charon, I've returned.
No HP, but armor. That's pretty important, so... I guess we'll just take that then. Alright, that's 20 HP more than I would have had otherwise, I guess. Oh look, you can see little Cerberus feet prints, I think. He's walking towards where we're headed. Alright, Kiwi, there's no way this is gonna go well. What is this? Hold on. What if I... evade. Okay, I still have this. I still have a 26% dodge chance, which is pretty nice. It just doesn't feel realistically there. Alright, here we go. Time to get our butt absolutely smacked by a big, angry doggo.
You'll soon feel better, Cerberus, I swear.
Alright. So, I don't terribly remember his mechanics. But all I know is I'm going to just try and stack up Scorch as much as possible on him and keep my distance otherwise. Whoop! Okay, I dodged that. Awesome. I won't...
What?
Oh, he can slow me down too. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to try something fancy here. Oh my goodness, that did a lot of damage close range. Right, I forgot that was the move that really screwed me up a lot. Like, getting melee against him is a problem. These suction guys are genuinely a problem. And it looks like this boss has new mechanics too, because I don't remember him having those giant AoE fire explosions. Speaking of which,
Return to Shadow now.
that build overall just felt kind of weak and disappointing, unfortunately. I didn't get any of the things I was looking for. Such is the nature of roguelites, though, I suppose.
Cerberus.
We will fix this Cerberus.
Dark princess reveals her deepest fears only to a stoic old amphibian, which long ago hopped into her tent and into her heart.
I like that.
Only the deepest fears for you, Phrynos.
I like that we have Frog Friend.
Cerberus can't see through his rage. He needs our help, Phrynos.
Wish us luck, Phrynos. I like that we
All
get...
that you lost is all that you are, as Headmistress would say.
That's an interesting statement.
You
Dora?
there, Dora?
Dora, where are you? Dora, where are ya? What have we got
Something
here?
new here.
Oh, we've got some stuff. The Invoker. Cast 10 incantations from the Crossroads Cauldron. Okay.
Another prophecy fulfilled.
Mindful Craft. The daughter of the god of the dead shall increase her grasp to 14 at her altar. Okay.
The fates expected this.
It's cool how this kind of almost acts like a tutorial, because it tells you there are things you can do with certain... What to say? There are things you can do.
Lord Charon.
Oh, hi there. This is the House of Fancy Hats right now.
These shipments shall be very valuable to us. We remain, as ever, in your debt, Charon. May swift Hermes hasten your voyages across the realms, wherever he may be. And until we meet again, shadows conceal you.
Thank you for the supplies, my lord.
Okay. Cool. Nice to see that Charon's being a bro.
I think I know how I can do the bidding of the fates.
Beseech Moros to reappear in accordance with the will of the three fates. We need a fair bit of things that we don't have, though. Floral Fortune. Don't care about that. Reveal a hidden chamber in Oceanus where you can restore HP. Enhanced Fountain, so they restore 10% more. We're definitely taking that. And, at long last, manifest a collection of keepsakes in the spaces separating each region. We need that. Because once we use the Skelly keepsake, it's kind of useless.
By moonlight and the dust of ancient bone, awaken in this cauldron the unknown.
We also are unlikely to use it in the first floor now. Honestly, the second floor as well. So,
Must be an
let's
incantation
get
that
this.
can help. Domname Sion.
Yes.
Alright, so those will improve our survivability
It
overall.
is done.
Can I not do? Okay, there we go. Briny Life Spring. HP Chamber in Oceanus. It doesn't look like these materials overlap, so I definitely want that.
Katoskion Oski.
You have it.
Alright, perfect.
So mote it be.
So mote it be indeed. Cool, that'll be helpful. And then this, I still don't want to risk. I still don't want to get that just yet.
Clear.
Because I think I want the
Can't believe
grasp.
Sucking up to the fates actually worked. That big scroll over there, that's really from them.
Personally delivered by Lord Moros, no less. He seemed a little pressed for time, so we didn't get to talk much. Are the two of you close?
We're children of Nyx. None of us are close. But we crossed paths. When certain mortals get what they deserve, it involves us both.
I can only imagine.
Do I have nectar to give you? I don't. I would if I
In
could.
one piece, a word of caution, Goddess, in regard to an impediment you may confront when finally you reach the far end of the Morning Fields. Reports suggest it's some sort of infernal beast. A big one. Our shades had to stay very far away.
I can corroborate our Shade's reports, and add that this infernal beast is none other than Cerberus, my father's household pet, acting on instinct and pure rage.
I feared as much, for they said the beast had several fire-spitting maws. I don't suppose he recognized you after all this time and let you pass?
We need to get him a satyr sack.
He did neither of those things. I have to help him. You keep the headmistress in pleasant company. She's an important job to do.
Forgive me if I don't listen to the full extent of Hypnos' snoring. Alright, let's see if we can get some upgrades and hopefully get a passive that will make this substantially more easier. Or substantially easier. Let's see. So I needed 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a 5 grasp passive. The Unseen will... Oh, ooh, this would have been so helpful in the last run. The Furies... Yeah. So we take this.
The Unseen.
And now I automatically get that. Okay, that's going to be a huge upgrade to our overall both survivability and damage.
Don't have enough just yet.
All right. So we'll need to we'll keep trying to upgrade that too. Oh, this is new. What's up here?
What secrets lie within?
Is it a... Okay, I guess it's telling me that I can afford to buy this. Okay, that's cool. This will make it so I can more easily get Psych. But I think I'm sticking with the Crescent Pick until I can unlock this final weapon, which in theory I only need... I would probably be able to do on the... Not this run, but the run following, which is cool.
And that, my disciples, is the true meaning of life. Remember it well.
Skelemius, you are a sage and a saint. Thank you for your wisdom.
Have you seen, Commander? Lord Charon's come to visit us. At last our supply lines are secure, and our counter-assault begins.
Yeah. It's been quite some time since good Lord Charon visited us last. We'd better all be on our best behavior around him. But, where'd you get all that supply line stuff?
Why, he told me himself, sir. In his way.
Oh.
I'm curious why he was a little bit panicked about Charon.
I'll get through all that gloom somehow.
Because I forget. I guess when Skelly was in the original Hades, he was hired to help Zagreus. And I'm forgetting if it was Charon or Hades himself who hired him.
I much prefer to stand.
Okay.
My collection grows.
I forget how the witch's staff played, but I remember not
I'll find more bones with this.
terribly... Yeah, it's okay. I was never a big fan of the spear. I think... I've had the most success with this weapon. But I think I think I'll stick with the sister blades for now. I'll try one more run with them and hope for Aphrodite this time round. With all that said, though, Kiwi, that's where this episode's going to end, so I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.